Hey, thanks for checking out this free video on customizing a cover letter. You should be able to see the template document that you can download just below this video. Why don't you go ahead and download that and get it opened up so that you can edit it and play along with it while we talk through it here on this video. So this format that we're going to show you today has really great results. It's going to be different than a lot of the different cover letter templates that you see out there online. And the problem with most of them is that they just don't get read. They get set aside. Too many of them are exactly the same way. Too many of them begin with the same tired language that doesn't really motivate anybody to read it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through this and teach you just some basics of how you want to format it, and then talk a little bit about how you want to write it. And if you just do these things, follow these simple steps we're going to lay out for you, you should have a cover letter that generates results. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start off by including your postal address. That's the postal address of my office where I work, and the current date that I'm recording this video. You want to include both of those things. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to include the name of the hiring manager at the place that you're trying to get a job. You might say, well, I don't know who the person is. The reality is you need to find it out. Too many cover letters begin with "to whom it may concern," and I would venture, I myself have hired probably 300 people in the last year and a half, and too many, 95, nearly 100% of the cover letters that I see when I'm hiring begin with "to whom it may concern." And I'll tell you, when somebody has taken the time to find out my name or the name of the hiring manager, it makes all the difference in the world to them. Wow, it's like all of a sudden somebody cares about you, and it makes you feel good. Find out the name of the person who's hiring. Here I used an example that I helped somebody write a cover letter for a little while back. The company was a company that helps find people that are interested in going back to college. They've called people on the phone and talked to them about higher education. The name of the hiring manager there was Christian Robinson at the time. I don't know if he still works there, but the company was Discover Higher Education in Salt Lake City. And so I list that information out. I list out the person's name, I list out the address of the company, and I put here a reference line. This lets the person know what I'm writing about. A lot of people also begin their cover letters by saying, I'm writing in reference to the position you have posted in the local newspaper on blah, 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 and it just goes on. Just get right to the point. Don't even include that in your first paragraph. Put it instead as a reference line, and the way you do that is you type R-E, capital R, little e, and a colon, and then a space, and then the name of the position you're trying to get. If it's a customer service representative role, you type that. If you're trying to get a job as a vice president of marketing, you type that. Whatever it is, it goes there. Next thing you want to do is you want to address the person by name, and you ought to be a little bit formal here. You're trying to be polite, show them that you know good business sense. So I'm going to address him. I'm going to say, Dear Mr. Robinson. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get his attention. I'm going to try and convince him to read the rest of this darn thing. Okay? So I'm going to ask him a question. Are you looking for someone that can sell without putting unnecessary pressure on prospects and can get people excited about higher education? If so, we should talk. Now the way I know to say those particular things, somebody that can sell without putting unnecessary pressure on prospects and get people excited about higher education, is because I read the ad that they were running. And when they were running an ad for this particular position, they were talking about how they're just trying to generate interest, get people excited about higher education, find people that were thinking about going back to school. And it wasn't really a hard sell that they were doing. It was a very soft sell. And that was the need that this company really had that I figured out as I read their job listing. So basically what I did is I said, are you looking for someone that can fit your need? If the company's need is to be able to process tax returns at tax time under crazy deadlines, then that's what I'm going to say. Are you looking for somebody that can turn around a 1040 form really quick under crazy deadlines and help hundreds of customers in a very short period of time? If so, we should talk, right? Something like that. So once I try and hook them in to the rest of the letter and tell them, well, we should talk, keep reading, then hopefully they keep reading. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be very specific and tell them why I'm valuable to them. All right. So I'm going to say my experience working in consultative sales and customer service roles, which is the experience that this person that I was writing this for had, is valuable because I've been able to build my career around helping people even when I've got something to sell them. Right? So again, I'm trying to position this in such a way that the person that's reading this sees that the person who's applying for the job has great experience helping people and selling to them at the same time, and kind of making them think that they're helping them while they're selling them. Then I do the most important thing, and so many cover letters fail to do this. They just don't do it. I give an example. All right, we list an example of this person's success, and here's what it says. Let me give you an example. At my last position, I worked for a charitable organization that called businesses asking for permission to place a little gumball machine benefiting the charity at their place of business. In addition to working through the organization till I was speaking with an actual decision maker, I had to instantly help the person relax and believe I wasn't trying to sell them anything. I just wanted to ask for their help with about a square foot of floor space. I developed a number of techniques to help people feel at ease with me, including tricks in the way I greeted them that let me develop instant rapport 99% of the time. By the time I finished with most people, they were excited for the opportunity to work with us. Now that whole section, 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs, the whole purpose of that is to show this person, the hiring manager, Mr. Robinson, that the applicant has experience filling that need. Yeah, this person hasn't sold education before, but they're really good at helping people relax, talking to them on the phone, helping them ease up, and be excited to move forward and work with the company, right? So we share this related experience, even though it's not direct experience. We show that this person is successful and they're very good at what they do, and they're good at getting people to relax, and they're not going to try and do a hard sell on anybody, right? And then we move on, and we're going to wrap it up and remind them that this is a great fit. So you say something like, I'm excited about the chance to join your company since there's such a great fit between your need to generate interest in education and my track record of success. Throughout this whole thing, you want to paint yourself as successful. Start off by saying, look, you have needs. I know what your needs are. I can meet them. We should talk. I have experience working in these things. I can do exactly what you need me to do. Let me give you an example of how I've already met these needs, the same need that you have. I'm excited to join your company because you need me and I'm successful, right? So all of it just focuses on those couple of things. Then I wrap it up by saying, I'll call your office on Thursday afternoon to follow up and answer any questions. Alternatively, feel free to contact me at, and then I list the person's phone number. Respectfully, Mark Jensen. All right. So that's what you do. Again, just to recap, it's really simple. Follow all your cool little formatting formalities. List the name of the position that you're looking for here. Address the person by name. Identify what their need is and tell them you could meet it. Tell them that you have experience already doing what it is that they need you to do, and then give an example of how you've done it. All right, show yourself as successful, and then remind them that they need you to do something that you're already successful at doing. And then tell them you're going to follow up. Again, it doesn't have to be Thursday afternoon. Put whenever it is you're going to follow up with them, and you should follow up with them. Hopefully they'll reach out to you and contact you beforehand. But if not, you're going to follow up with them on Thursday afternoon or Friday morning or whenever it is. Tell them what you're going to do and then do it so they can expect it. And then close it. I like to close with respectfully. Some people say regards. Some people say sincerely. I usually use respectfully because I try and be a respectful kind of guy. And then the name of the person. Obviously, if you're printing it out, you want to leave enough room here to be able to sign it. Or if you're just sending it as an email attachment, you probably don't even need the space. You can just say respectfully, comma, and then on the next line, your name. Well, there you have it, folks. Make sure you download the document that's here so that you can use this template on your own. And let us know if you have any questions. We'd love to be able to help you out. Just send me an email at admin@example4coverletter.com. That's example, F-O-R, coverletter.com. See ya.